The so-called left's favorite billionaire, Mark Cuban, going after Silicon Valley for supporting former President Trump. Crypto-backed super PACs also supporting Republican candidates. The group defending American jobs, spending $12 million on GOP Ohio Senate candidate Bernie Moreno, hoping to flip the Senate to Republicans. A new piece in the Wall Street Journal, meanwhile, claims that many CEOs are conflicted on who is better for business, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. I think it's pretty obvious. Joining me now is 8 VC managing partner and Palantir co-founder, Joe Lonsdale. Joe, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning.
Let me kick it off with that Mark Cuban soundbite. What did you make of Cuban's attack on Silicon Valley? He's mad that Silicon Valley, many there are supporting Trump.
You know, I think Mark Cuban, he has his own views and he truly doesn't like Donald Trump as president. I think what you're seeing is you've gone from almost none of Silicon Valley supporting Trump in 2016, a little bit more in 2020, and now I'd say probably half of the leaders I know who are builders in business are realizing, wait a second, there's this kind of like crazy, dangerous, far left radical stream in our society that's going to break everything. It's going to stop us from being builders. And we need to support the side that's going to let our civilization thrive.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And Trump has been very clear on an agenda of, tapping into the capacity of energy in America, deregulating, extending the tax cuts, and using tariffs for not just economic growth, but national security. That's the one area that is debatable, I guess, from some of these globalists. But we don't know what Kamala Harris will do. She hasn't articulated a plan.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Mark Cuban's argument, Maria, and I'm going to push back on that because I've been watching her for 20 years, and I think we've seen that she does not know how to ever push back on the far left. She raised her hand with Bernie Sanders to get rid of, health insurance. She said she'd end the filibuster to get the Green New Deal passed. I mean, we can all say we don't know what she's going to do.
You're right.
And that's what he's saying. He's saying, well, she hasn't put out her policies yet. And yet people don't just transform overnight. Like, she is overseeing this invasion of our border. She has a weaker foreign policy people around her who are writing op-eds with Iranian spies, who are not pushing back on Latin American socialists. She's not going to ever push back on the bureaucracies or the corrupt NGOs that ruin California that our party's giving money to in D.C. These are clear policies she's been on the wrong side of for 20 years. So I think it's really tough to say we don't know what she's going to do.
Well, you're absolutely right. You are spot on. The issue is she hasn't articulated her quote-unquote platform, but we know what she's done in the past. She said there's no question I want Medicare for all. She said there's no question that, we're going to take away guns, buy back guns. She said there's no question that she wants the green energy deal moving forward, and that's where the spending was in the last 4 years that brought us inflation.
There's massive inflation that hurts the working class. She can try to get our guns, but I live in Texas. We're not, that's not what we do around here.
Plenty of fallout, meanwhile, from President Trump's interview with Elon Musk. What'd you make of that? I mean, now the United Auto Workers filing federal labor charges against both Musk and Trump, claiming that their comments about strikes threatened and intimidated workers. Turns out that the European Union official who sent that letter to Elon Musk threatening legal consequences if he didn't censor any, quote, harmful content and, quote, disinformation from the interview, did not have permission from the European Union Commission to send the letter. So we're showing you the letter on screen.
These regulators?
Yeah, can you believe this? The Commission said that the timing and the wording of the letter were neither coordinated or agreed upon with the president or the commissioners, Joe. But how dare this guy from the EU send this letter to Elon Musk threatening him to censor Trump?
The stuff that's going on right now, Maria, in the UK and the EU, it's disgusting. There's this very illiberal, very left authoritarianism. It's making the right in America question NATO and question our alliance, which I'm very sad to say because, UK was the birth of liberty in the West, and the EU has been such an important part of our civilization. And it's just to threaten, to try to force to silence and censor things going on in the U.S. And the fact, of course, this administration is totally silent in response. It's just absolutely disgusting. But, this conversation I thought was great. When Elon and Trump get together and speak like this, you can no longer just paint him as a crazy fascist. If you can actually listen to him, hear what he says, I think the left media really doesn't like it when people can platform people, can put them out there and can go around them. And that's what Elon's doing.
But I mean, how about these large tech companies that are totally willing to, go along the narrative, go along the line of this administration and censor individuals? They've been doing it for now so many years.
Maria, the Marxism, The authoritarian
That's
threat
right.
that Reagan warned us about, that's really dark, didn't go away. It shifted. It changed into pernicious form. It conquered a lot of our media, it conquered our universities, conquered a lot of our government departments, and you see it taking over big tech after the universities as well. And it's very, very scary what this authoritarian ideology will do. And we're all at war against it right now on the right, and we have to stop it.
Terrible. Do you think Trump would put Elon in his cabinet?
I don't know if he'd be in the cabinet. I think Elon's a very busy guy, but I think he'd be very involved in making sure to help fix our government. There's a lot of really broken things to take care of, and I think Elon would be there with Vivek Ramaswamy and with others, and there'd be a lot of competent people, and I'd hopefully be helping too, Maria, because we need to step up. We need to fix a lot of things.
I love your work because you are such a patriot, and you show that through and through. All right, let me get your take on crypto. There's a new report warning that Kamala Harris aims to maintain the Biden administration's crypto crackdown. Kamala has been reportedly working with 2 former Biden economic advisors who heavily opposed a bill that would have brought stable coins within the same regulatory framework that govern traditional financial services companies. Joe, where do you see crypto going in terms of the regulatory environment? I guess it really depends on November 5th, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really depends who wins. Listen, crypto is on a pro-liberty side. All over the world, where there's crackdowns from authoritarians, the only way to get your money out and the only way to kind of move things around in those countries with the authoritarians can't control is with crypto. Crypto is a great outlet if the government does major inflation, destroys things. So people who are naturally authoritarian, they're going to be against crypto. And you see Gary Gensler running the SEC right now. He met with people who donated to the left. He's very against the crypto guys. He's being totally arbitrary and ridiculous against them. And you're seeing a lot of my friends in crypto, whether it's the Winklevoss twins, whether it's other guys behind the scenes, step up and donate to Trump, donate to the right now in a way it's really amazing because they're realizing, wait a second, if these authoritarians win, they're going to crush us.
Yeah.
And so this is a huge issue for the country.
Big issue. All right, Joe, great to get your take on all of that. We so appreciate your time this morning.
Conflicted. Conflicted. Kick it off with. Kick it off with. Thrive. Thrive. Tap into. Tap into. Tariff. Tariff. Globalists. Globalists. Articulate. Articulate. Filibuster. Filibuster. Invasion. Invasion. Bureaucracies. Bureaucracies. Fallout. Fallout. Illiberal. Illiberal. Authoritarianism. Authoritarianism. Supremacism. Supremacism. Conquer. Conquer. Ideology. Ideology. Arbitrary. Arbitrary.
If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date with future videos. Thank you for watching.